Guys, I have been doing a lot of reading in the Bible lately. Of course, every day you gotta do your devotions, right? So, anyways, it's the word that's kind of been repeating on the inside of my spirit um, over and over and over. Basically, about rising up. And um, from my devotions, from the words that have been released in our ministry, and also even just traveling with the ministry and different words that have been coming forth. So I just wanted to share with you just a wonderful word that the Lord has been sharing with me, just some encouragement. So now, this came from like my devotion the other day, and yes, I am so excited because the Word of God is always exciting. So, basically, I was reading out of Matthew 27, I believe it came from. And it was the point when they had crucified Jesus and they had just crucified him. And basically, the Pharisees had remembered. Now, watch this. So they crucified Jesus. Now, this is the exciting part because when they crucified Jesus, they remembered a word that Jesus said. So it's crazy. Even though they crucified him, they killed him, he was dead. They still was afraid of the word that he spoke while he was yet alive. So it's funny to me because many times when people try to kill us with their words or they try to damage you or make your character no longer credible, they're still holding on to the words of greatness that you spoke. It's like they're fearful of your words. So they try to stop you by killing you, but they still remember your words. So they crucified Jesus, but they still remembered his words. And they came up to Pontius Pilate and they said, basically, I'm going to read it. It says, "Sir, we remember that the deceiver said, while he was yet alive, after 3 days I will rise again." So they called Jesus the deceiver. Basically, they were the ones being deceived by their own crazy thoughts and by the devil, of course. But they said, now, even though he's dead, we remember the words that he spoke. And he said that after 3 days, he will rise again. So now he's dead, but they're still scared. That's funny to me. I'm sorry. Because even though they killed him, even though they crucified him, they were still afraid of his words. So, uh, now they say to command, therefore, that the sepulchre be made sure until the third day, lest his disciples come by night and steal him away. So I'm going to stop there because they said, okay, so listen, even though we crucified him, even though he's dead, right? I want you to go and make sure that his disciples don't come and steal him away and then say unto the people that he's risen from the dead. So it's like, listen, hold on. So I know if we put it into like a situation between you and I, right? So it's like, listen, I've already slandered her. I've already threw dirt on her. I've already basically buried her in my mind and said that she'll never make it, she'll never overcome, she'll never be this, she'll never be that. But I want you to go watch her. Make sure she never ever becomes who I said she'll never become. Because if you don't watch her, if you don't keep a watch over her, somehow her friends are going to come and encourage her. Somehow her friends are going to get to her and let her know that, honey, you can make it. Honey, you can get out of this situation. So it's like, no, I want you to keep a watch to make sure that Jesus stays dead. I want you to keep a watch to make sure he does not rise again. Because if he rises again, it says in the scripture, they said that if he rises again, that the last error, sorry y'all, the word excites me. Listen, that the last error shall be worse than the first. Hold on, I don't know if you caught that, but listen. Basically, they're saying that if he rose again, there'll be even greater works. The works he did before will be nothing compared to the works that he's about to do if he rises up again. This is good, right? Because I'm sitting here thinking, right? So, when they tried to bury you in the lies they told on you, all of that stuff by them speaking all this doubt and negativity to you, if they could just keep you buried, if they could just keep you right there, if they could keep you not believing, if they can keep people from getting to you to encourage you, if they can keep you in your isolation, if they can keep you in your mess, then they won. Come on, somebody has to be catching this. If they can keep you in your mess, if they can keep you down, if they can keep you discouraged, if they can keep the hand of God from getting to you, if they can keep you so bound in your mess, so bound in the words that they're speaking and the lies and just the darts that they're trying to throw at you, if they can keep you down in that mess, they can keep you from rising. But if you, my God, if you would rise just one more time, if you can just keep believing, if you can just keep talking to yourself, if you can just stay encouraged and keep coming to church, keep believing, keep trusting, keep declaring greatness over your life, keep understanding that, no, I will walk in greatness. No, I will believe. No, I will keep believing the words that have been spoken over my life. I will keep trusting God. I will keep walking into greatness. I will keep walking into prosperity. If you can just keep believing. It's just so powerful to me that even in his death, they knew that his words were powerful. Even in his death, they knew that they had to keep him from rising again, but it did not work. It didn't work because when they went back, my God, if you can just catch this, if you can keep believing in the words that have already been spoken, if you can keep declaring, I will be great, I will be prosperous, I will be the one that God has told me that I will be, I will walk into greatness. If you can just hold on, if you can just keep pushing, keep moving, keep going forward, when they come back to look for you in that very place that they knew they buried you at, in that very place where they just knew they stopped your growth, where they just knew they hindered the process. If you can just keep moving, my God, listen, if you can just keep moving, when they go back to look for you, you won't be there. When the people that have tried to stop you, when they go back to say, you know what, I know they're stuck. I know they're still sitting in that same place where I told them they couldn't be nothing, where I told them they'll never be anybody, whether I told them that they'll never be great. Well, I told them that when they rolled their neck, when they pointed their finger, when they said you were nothing and a nobody, they're going to come back and look for you. They're going to come back thinking that you're still in that place that they buried you at. But listen, if you can just keep holding on, hold on, just keep pushing, keep pressing, and know that when they come back to look for you, you won't be there because you will be walking into your purpose. You will be walking into greatness. You will be walking somewhere where they never thought you'd be. So I just wanted to encourage you. I'm telling you the way that the Lord encouraged me. And I just pray that this touches you. I pray that this finds you just where you're at and takes you exactly where you need to be to know that God is faithful. And although they may be trying to bury you, although they may be trying to stop and hinder your process, if you just continue to move with God, He'll awaken your spirit. He'll awaken the gifts. He'll awaken the dreams that are lying dormant in you. And no matter what people say about you, no matter how they may try to assassinate your character or crucify you, that you'll be awakened in the spirit and you'll be able to fulfill everything that God has for you. So arise. Don't be defeated. Don't be stopped. And know that God has great plans for you. If you can just push forward to the mark, push forward to greatness, push forward in your calling, and know that you will rise again. I love you guys. Stay encouraged.